With the groundbreaking discoveries made during the initial phase of their collaborative research, the Zealotarian and human teams were driven to delve even deeper into the mysteries of the human-cat relationship. Energized by their newfound understanding of the profound neurological and evolutionary connections between the two species, the researchers set out to explore the implications of these findings on a broader, more holistic scale. One of the key areas of focus was the way in which the human-cat bond had influenced the development of human societies, both historically and in the present day. Mara Sanchez and her team of anthropologists and sociologists embarked on a sweeping cross-cultural study, examining the diverse ways in which cats had been integrated into the social, spiritual, and practical aspects of human civilization. "What we're seeing is a truly global phenomenon," Mara explained during a video conference with her Zealotarian counterparts. "From the sacred veneration of felines in ancient Egypt to the ubiquitous role of cats as emotional support companions in modern times, this bond has profoundly shaped the human experience across cultures and throughout history." Jilara, the Zealotarian science officer, listened intently, her four eyes conveying a sense of deep fascination. "The adaptability and universality of this relationship is truly remarkable. It speaks to the innate capacity of sentient beings to forge meaningful connections, even across vastly different species and environments." As the research progressed, the teams also began to explore the potential applications of their findings, considering how a deeper understanding of the human-cat bond could inform future advancements in fields ranging from cognitive science to interspecies communication. Dr. Petrova, the lead human neuroscientist, outlined some of the more promising avenues of exploration. "Imagine the possibilities if we could harness the principles underlying the neural synchronization we've observed between humans and cats. The implications for enhancing interspecies empathy and communication could be truly revolutionary, with profound implications for fields like diplomacy, education, and even space exploration." Zealand, the Zealotarian biologist, nodded in agreement, his appendages dancing across the holographic interface. "Your vision is inspiring, Dr. Petrova. If we can unlock the secrets of this bond, we may be able to develop new paradigms for interspecies collaboration and understanding, not just between humans and cats, but across the vast diversity of sentient life throughout the cosmos." Buoyed by the excitement and possibilities that their research had uncovered, the Zealotarian and human teams redoubled their efforts, driven by a shared sense of purpose and a deep fascination with the intricate tapestry of the human-cat relationship. As they delved ever deeper into the mysteries of this extraordinary bond, they knew that they were on the cusp of groundbreaking discoveries that had the potential to transform not only their own understanding of the natural world, but the very foundations of how sentient beings perceive and interact with one another across the vastness of the universe. Energized by their initial breakthroughs, the collaborative team of Zealotarian and human researchers dove even deeper into the exploration of the human-cat relationship, determined to uncover its full scope and significance. One area of particular focus was the role that this interspecies bond had played in shaping the cultural, social, and technological development of human societies throughout history. Mara Sanchez and her interdisciplinary team of anthropologists, historians, and sociologists undertook a sweeping cross-cultural analysis, tracing the diverse ways in which cats had become woven into the fabric of human civilizations. What we're finding is that the human-cat relationship has been a driving force in the evolution of human societies, far beyond merely serving as utilitarian companions, Mara explained during a virtual meeting with her Zealotarian counterparts. Cats have been revered as deities, integrated into religious and spiritual practices, and even shaped the built environments of human settlements. Their influence has permeated every aspect of the human experience. Jilara, the Zealotarian science officer, listened with rapt attention, her four eyes conveying a sense of profound understanding. "The depth and universality of this connection is truly remarkable. It speaks to the remarkable capacity of sentient beings to forge meaningful bonds, transcending the boundaries of species and even planetary origins." As the research progressed, the team also began to explore the potential applications of their findings, considering how a deeper understanding of the human-cat relationship could inform future advancements in fields ranging from cognitive science to interspecies communication and diplomacy. Dr. Petrova, the lead human neuroscientist, outlined some of the more promising avenues of exploration. Imagine the possibilities if we could harness the principles of neural synchronization that we've observed between humans and cats. We may be able to develop new technologies and protocols for enhancing interspecies empathy and collaboration, not just between humans and cats, but across a wide range of sentient species. One of the most intriguing and unexpected findings emerged from the analysis of the neurological and physiological connections between humans and their feline companions. Led by Dr. Petrova and her team of neuroscientists, the researchers delved deep into the intricate web of neural pathways, hormone secretions, and the sensory processes that underpinned this interspecies bond. What we're seeing is a level of neurological synchronization that goes far beyond simple stimulus-response mechanisms, Dr. Petrova explained during a video conference with the Zealotarian contingent. There appears to be a genuine intermingling of cognitive and emotional processes, with the brains of humans and cats almost acting as a unified system when they engage in certain types of interactions. Zealand, the Zealotarian biologist, nodded enthusiastically, his appendages dancing across the holographic interface. Your vision aligns perfectly with our own goals, Dr. Petrova. If we can unlock the secrets of this bond, we may be able to develop new paradigms for interspecies cooperation, with profound implications for fields like space exploration, environmental stewardship, and even the search for extraterrestrial intelligence. Buoyed by the sheer scope and significance of their findings, the Zealotarian and human teams continued to push the boundaries of their research, driven by a shared sense of purpose and a deep fascination with the intricate tapestry of the human-cat relationship. The research team's exploration of the intricate human-cat relationship took an even more captivating turn as they delved into the implications for interspecies communication and collaboration. Spearheaded by the Zealotarian communication specialists, the researchers began to investigate the potential for using the neurological synchronization they had observed as a foundation for developing novel modes of interspecies dialogue. What if we could harness this capacity for neural coherence to establish direct channels of communication between humans and cats? Mused Jalara, the Zealotarian science officer. If we could find a way to translate and transmit the patterns of brain activity associated with specific thoughts, emotions, and intentions, it could open up entirely new realms of interspecies understanding and cooperation. Dr. Petrova nodded enthusiastically, her eyes alight with the possibilities. As the researchers explored this idea further, they began to uncover intriguing evidence that such interspecies communication might not be as far-fetched as it first seemed. Delving into the scientific literature, they found tantalizing clues that certain species of animals, including cats, had demonstrated rudimentary forms of proto-language and the ability to convey complex meaning through subtle behavioral cues. Xylon, the Zealotarian biologist, presented a holographic display of his findings to the team. Our analysis of feline vocalizations, body language, and environmental interactions suggests that cats possess a far more sophisticated communication system than has previously been recognized. While they may not have the same linguistic structures as humans, they seem to be capable of conveying a wide range of information, from simple needs and desires to more abstract emotional states and even rudimentary forms of reasoning. Jalara's eyes widened with excitement as she studied the data. If we can crack the code of this feline communication system and find ways to interface it with human neural patterns, the potential for interspecies collaboration could be revolutionary. Imagine the knowledge and insights that could be exchanged, the problems that could be solved, the wonders that could be unlocked. Inspired by these possibilities, the research team redoubled their efforts, drawing on expertise from fields as diverse as neurolinguistics, computer science, and even quantum physics, as they sought to develop the technological and conceptual frameworks necessary to bridge the divide between humans and their feline companions. The pressure on the team is palpable. After years of painstaking work, they are now on the precipice of a major breakthrough, but they know that a single misstep could have catastrophic consequences. The weight of responsibility is crushing at times, Dr. Petrova confessed, her normally stoic demeanor betraying a hint of vulnerability. We're not just developing a new piece of technology here. We're attempting to forge a new era of interspecies understanding. The stakes couldn't be higher. Zealand, the Zealotarian biologist, nodded solemnly. Our work has the potential to either uplift both our species or sow irreparable discord. The margin for error is razor thin. As the team delved deeper into their validation processes, they encountered obstacles and setbacks that threatened to derail their progress. During one field trial at a prestigious feline research center, the neural interfaces experienced a critical malfunction, causing distress and confusion among the participating cats. Jalara, the science officer, recalled the harrowing incident with a grimace. The cats were literally screaming in distress, their neural signals overwhelming the translation algorithms. It was a horrific scene. We had to shut down the experiment immediately and rush to soothe the animals. The team was devastated, but they refused to be deterred. They doubled down on their efforts, pouring countless hours into refining their simulations and testing protocols. Tempers flared, and tensions ran high as they grappled with the technical challenges and the ethical quandaries that arose at every turn. There were moments when I wanted to just walk away from it all, Dr. Petrova confessed. The weight of responsibility, the fear of failure, it was almost crushing. But then I'd look at the cats and I'd remember why we're doing this. The potential to forge a true bond of understanding between our species, it's too important to give up on. As the validation process dragged on, the researchers found themselves embroiled in heated debates with the broader scientific community and vocal critics. Some argued that the risks were simply too great, that the potential for unintended consequences was too high to justify the research. Jalara fought back tears as she recounted the vitriol and personal attacks she and her colleagues had endured. They painted us as arrogant, reckless fools, playing God with the lives of innocent creatures. It was agonizing. We're pouring our hearts and souls into this, and all they see are the risks. But the team remained steadfast, driven by their unwavering belief in the transformative power of their work. They knew that the path ahead was fraught with challenges, but they were determined to see it through, no matter the cost. "We're so close, I can feel it," Xylon said, his voice tinged with a glimmer of hope. "If we can just get through this last hurdle, we'll unlock the door to a whole new era of human-cat collaboration and understanding. It's worth fighting for, no matter how steep the price." The fate of the researchers' groundbreaking work and the future of the human-cat relationship now hangs in the balance. With emotions running high and the stakes higher than ever, the team must summon every ounce of resilience and determination to overcome the final obstacles and validate the accuracy and effectiveness of their neural translation technologies. The researchers' ambitious project to develop human-cat communication technologies quickly became the subject of intense public scrutiny and media scrutiny, igniting a firestorm of controversy that threatened to derail their efforts entirely. As word of the project began to spread, it caught the attention of animal rights activists, ethicists, and concerned citizens who raised a chorus of objections. The critiques ranged from concerns about the potential for animal cruelty to fears of unintended consequences that could disrupt the delicate balance of the human-cat relationship. "This is nothing more than hubris masquerading as science," thundered Samantha Wilkins, a prominent animal welfare advocate. "These researchers are playing God, meddling with forces they can't possibly understand. The cats will be the ones who suffer the consequences." The media pounced on the story with sensationalist headlines and inflammatory reporting that painted the researchers as reckless and uncaring. Viral social media campaigns called for the project to be shut down, and the researchers found themselves the target of relentless harassment and personal attacks. "I've never experienced anything like this," Dr. Petrova said, her voice trembling with a mix of anger and exhaustion. "They've turned us into villains, completely distorting the truth of what we're trying to accomplish." Jalara, the science officer, found herself at the center of the maelstrom, tasked with defending the team's work in a series of high-profile interviews and public debates. "It's been absolutely brutal," she admitted, her eyes red-rimmed from the strain. "Every time I try to explain the nuances and the rigorous safeguards we have in place, they just shout me down and accuse us of being heartless monsters." The pressure only intensified as the project's detractors mobilized, organizing protests and petitions that threatened to derail the researchers' funding and political support. Lawmakers, swayed by the public outcry, began to demand answers and consider legislation that could shut down the project entirely. Asilan, the Zealotarian biologist, grimaced as he recounted the heated exchanges with government officials and skeptical journalists. They refused to listen to reason, to understand the complexity of what we're trying to achieve. All they see are the risks, the potential for disaster. They're willing to sacrifice the future of human-cat understanding on the altar of their own fear and narrow-mindedness. As the public scrutiny and media frenzy reached a fever pitch, The researchers found themselves increasingly isolated, their work under constant threat of being shut down. But they refused to be cowed, driven by their unwavering belief in the transformative potential of their project. "We've come too far to give up now," Dr. Petrova declared, her eyes alight with determination. "The world may not understand yet, but we know the truth. We're on the cusp of something truly remarkable, and we won't let the naysayers and the fearmongers stand in our way." With the fate of their groundbreaking project hanging in the balance, the researchers braced themselves for the fight of their lives, determined to weather the storm of public backlash and media scrutiny to prove the validity and importance of their work. Facing a relentless barrage of criticism and ethical concerns from the public, the research team knew they needed to take a proactive and thoughtful approach to addressing the community's fears and objections. "We understand the public's apprehension," Dr. Petrova said, her brow furrowed with empathy. "Anytime you're dealing with the intersection of technology and the welfare of living creatures, it's going to raise valid ethical questions. We have an obligation to take those concerns seriously and respond to them transparently." The team convened a series of town hall meetings and open forums, inviting members of the public, animal welfare advocates, and ethicists to engage in open and honest dialogue about the potential risks and benefits of their project. "Our goal is to create a space for genuine discussion, not just defend our work," Jalara explained. "We want to hear the community's perspectives, understand their concerns, and then demonstrate how we're addressing those issues through rigorous safeguards and ethical guidelines." One of the central concerns raised by the public was the potential for animal cruelty and suffering. The researchers acknowledged the gravity of this issue and detailed the extensive protocols they had put in place to ensure the safety and well-being of the participating cats. "We've consulted with leading veterinarians and animal behaviorists to develop a comprehensive set of guidelines that prioritize the cat's physical and psychological welfare," Zeeland stated. "Any sign of distress or discomfort, and the experiment is halted immediately. The cat's health and comfort are our absolute top priority." The team also addressed fears about the unintended consequences of their work, such as the potential disruption of the natural human-cat relationship or the risk of the technology being misused for nefarious purposes. "We understand the trepidation about the far-reaching implications of our work," Dr. Petrova said. "That's why we've built in robust safeguards and oversight mechanisms to ensure that the technology is used responsibly and ethically. We're not just developing a product, we're creating a framework for a new era of interspecies collaboration and understanding." Throughout the public forums, the researchers emphasized their commitment to transparency and their willingness to engage in an ongoing dialogue with the community. They invited participants to submit their own proposals for ethical guidelines and to serve on advisory boards that would help shape the future of the project. "This isn't just our work, it's a shared endeavor that belongs to all of us," Jalara said, her voice laced with conviction. "We're in this together, and we're committed to finding a path forward that respects the concerns of the public while still pursuing the immense potential of this groundbreaking technology." As the public engagement process continued, the research team remained steadfast in their determination to address the community's ethical objections head-on, believing that through open and transparent dialogue, they could build the trust and support needed to bring their transformative project to fruition. The researchers understood that the potential for misuse of their human-cat communication technology was a serious concern that needed to be addressed with the utmost care and foresight. They knew that safeguards and oversight mechanisms would be crucial to ensuring the responsible and ethical deployment of their breakthrough innovation. "We've given a great deal of thought to the potential risks and pitfalls associated with this technology," Dr. Petrova explained. "The last thing we want is for it to be used in ways that could cause harm to either humans or cats. That's why we've built in multiple layers of security and accountability." At the heart of their strategy was a comprehensive regulatory framework developed in close collaboration with ethicists, legal experts, and government agencies. This framework would establish clear guidelines and standards for the development, testing, and deployment of the communication technology. "We're not just going to hand this over to the public and hope for the best," Zeeland said. "There will be rigorous licensing and certification requirements as well as ongoing monitoring and oversight to ensure compliance with our ethical principles." The team also emphasized the importance of responsible data management and strict access controls. All data collected from the human-cat communication sessions would be encrypted and stored in a secure, centralized database. accessible only to authorized researchers and medical professionals. We understand the sensitivity of the information we'll be collecting, Jalara explained. The cat's privacy and the integrity of the data are paramount. We've implemented robust cybersecurity measures to prevent any unauthorized access or misuse of the information. In addition to the technical safeguards, the researchers also plan to establish an independent ethics review board that would continuously evaluate the project's progress and make recommendations to ensure that the technology was being used in a manner that prioritized the well-being of both humans and cats. This isn't just about developing the technology. It's about creating a framework for its responsible and ethical deployment, Dr. Petrova emphasized. We want to set a gold standard for interspecies collaboration, one that puts the interests of the animals first and foremost. The team also recognized the importance of public education and transparency in building trust and mitigating concerns about misuse. They pledged to engage in ongoing outreach and dialogue with the community, sharing updates on their progress and addressing any emerging issues or questions. We know that the success of this project hinges on our ability to earn the trust and confidence of the public, Jalara said. That's why we're committed to being open, transparent, and accountable every step of the way. As the researchers navigated the complex landscape of ethical considerations and public concerns, they remained steadfast in their belief that the potential benefits of their human-cat communication technology far outweighed the risks, provided they could establish a robust and responsible system for its development and implementation.